Good day, traders. This is Crash Hunter over here. Let's have a look at the price of gold. Let's do some technical and fundamental analysis on them. So as you can see, we have this beautiful channel. The market been respecting it really good, right? We have this supply, we have this demand zone. And basically, I didn't take a trade, honestly speaking, because I was looking at this area. I was looking for actually a short, a retest, and then to enter a short again till this level. But this didn't happen, and this wasn't my plan, right? It wasn't my setup. So unfortunately, I didn't take the sell over here. I took one sell at this level, 10 pips, and unfortunately, as well, the market just hit my stop loss because I moved it below the entry point, okay? And then he moved my way. Meanwhile, um, you can see yesterday the CPI news, right? The inflation was high, actually hotter than expected, so that therefore the gold went down. And I did also publish this uh, in the channel, right, in Telegram, and I said, okay, the gold will be in a negative zone, the gold will move down, basically, right? And you can see it moved all the way to this bottom over here, okay? This area, the strong D1 M1 demand, um, the market respected really good. There wasn't any breakthrough. You can see there wasn't any closing below it, and you can see how this candle reacted so hard, okay? So what we do have for today? Basically, it is kind of strange to say, but we have a breakthrough this area over here, the supply, okay? The only thing that you need is a confirmation is that this candle to close above. In case this candle to close below again at 2040, a full closure with the big wick, then you might be looking for a sell. Okay, despite it would be risky, but since the closing will be below this area, which is at 2040 or maybe 2039, it would be amazing to take a short over here. On the other hand, right, if you flip the coin, there is a lot of geopolitical tensions from the US and from England as well, in the Middle East, unfortunately. And you can see the price went really hard, okay? You can see how the market here closed this candle. I think this was before the news to be on the media and so on. Therefore, the market went so hard, okay? The market makers really moved it so good. And like with this one over here, it was with the news, right? And then the market moved so hard, okay? So yes, we have a breakthrough this supply zone, and for me personally, I would be looking for a sell to be at this level, and basically we go to the hourly frame, it would be better. I would be looking for something like this, a retest, and I would exit over here at this level because there might be higher high again. So what we have for now is basically a higher high, okay? We broke through this area over here, we broke through the resistance, we broke through the channel, and we don't have a higher low. Okay, we have a higher high, which is over here, but there is no higher low. If you say this is a higher low, I wouldn't agree with you. In case this is a higher low, I would assume this higher low to be at this level over here, okay? And then the market can push. In this case, we will have a move like this, okay? But this is not the higher low over here. So I think our higher low either to be over here is the market to basically push the price and maybe close an H4 candle over here. Maybe, who knows? Or it's just it will go, it will retest, it will create a higher low, and then it will move up again to create a higher high. Okay. Uh, from a technical point of view, I see the trend is bullish. We have breakthrough the structure. From the fundamental point of view, we have a geopolitical tension and tensions, not attention, tensions, and the market can push actually even higher. Okay. Um, you can also see how the structure being printed, and you can see how many bottoms that the market created over here. Actually, multiple bottoms. We have one, we have two, and we have three, okay, three bottoms over here. The market already printed, and what we do expect now, as I said, retest and a push higher, okay. This area that I mentioned, which is at this level over here, 2057, 2055, it's a supply zone, but don't expect that much, honestly speaking. Uh, like for me, I would expect just a small retest to occur, maybe from this area all the way to 2050, or all the way to 2048, for example, in case we really moved higher now, okay? So bear it in your head on if we go to the daily, basically why I didn't take so much trades, okay? I'm sure you are wondering why I don't have that much of trades last maybe 10 days, because nothing was clear for me. I don't want to take a stupid risk anymore, okay? So for example, like at this level over here, like I cannot take a buy, and at the same time I cannot take a sell, okay? Why? Because you can see how the closing, first of all, the closing was magnificent in terms of you are selling with the next candle. Second thing, if we speak about this candle itself, right? Um, if we draw a line from here to here, you will see it's a bullish, right? It's a bullish trend line, and you can see it's a higher low, and we might expect that the market to push higher. I was honestly speaking, I was expecting it to push from here to here, okay? But we have the smaller frame, and we did some analysis on them, and we say that it might sell off first, right? And then we might see a certain bottom the market will create, and I did publish this, and this was the bottom basically over here, 2019, and you can see how many times the market had respected it, right? So as I said before, the supply creates its own demand, and yes, it did. So for now, like you can see, this move from this high to this low, okay, and now we are bouncing basically. We have a spinning candle over here. This candle usually I mean when it closed, the next one would open actually in this direction, meaning it will go up and it will fill the wick and it will move above the wick. This is from my experience, okay. Yeah, so what we have here, we have a higher high, and then we have a higher low because we didn't break through this area over here. And at some point you'll say, well, we break through this area, we broke through this higher high, because here with this structure we broke through these areas over here, right? But yeah, like it's still, for me, I do see this bottom over here as a higher low, and I see this bottom over here as a higher low, and what we do expect for the future is basically a higher high again to occur on it. Okay, so it all depends as well on the price action on the fundamental side, right? But it's still, this is what we do have. um yeah, I guess this is it. I don't want to make it so complicated. As I said, like this area, it will act as a demand over this area in particular, it will act as a demand, and this could be basically the higher high, and here could be the higher low, and here the market can respect this area as a strong demand because we have a breakthrough the channel. We really did broke through it. I was in shock as you, I guess. um, but you can see we broke through this channel over here, and it cannot a fake break. You know why? Because it's not a fake out, because we have a full closure on the hourly, right? So what does that shows us? It shows us, well, the next candle either push the price higher, or it will go and it will retest, and then it will move to create new high, a new higher high. Okay, and if I take the structure like this, and if you just visualize it, right, you'll see this is basically the head, and this is the center of the structure, right? And this is the shoulder of it basically, and here it's the right shoulder, this is the left shoulder, this is the base, right? And the bottom, and this is the right shoulder where the price really can move higher. We have no reason, I think there is really no reason for the market to go down and to dip down anymore, since if we go to the H4, you will see something magnificent, honestly speaking, um which is this closure over here for the H4. It's huge. It's really huge. I mean, This is a very strong closure on the H4, okay? And therefore you can see how the market closed. I'm not gonna speak about these four candles in particular. I would like to speak about the closing with this one. With such closing, it's a full rejection from the demand side. Okay, it's a full rejection, meaning that even if the price drop back again over here till this zone, it will be a demand. Okay, let me just fix it. So I'm not emotional with the trend right now. I'm not looking for buys honestly, but I would be interested into a sales at this area as a retest, few pips, honestly speaking. Okay, like $2, $3, maybe $4, and I will set my stop below my entry. Okay, so yeah, this is it for gold. Just keep it in your head. We have basically a breakthrough structure, and maybe in the upcoming days we might go and we might visit the first supply zone, which is at 67. Okay, and basically the second supply zone to be at 2080. That's it. Let's have a quick look on the dollar index DXY since yesterday. Fundamentals, the data that been published for the US economy was really hotter than expected. Okay, and the inflation rose magnificently, in my opinion, for uh, for that month, right? And I do see, well, we kind of here creating basically a lower highs basically, right? It's a lower high over here, a lower high, but on the other side, here we are creating a higher low. Okay, a higher low, a higher high, then we broke this low. Okay, this is a lower high, right? Um, but or actually it's a lower low because we broke through this higher low here. But if we really think about it, we start to bounce over here. Okay, this is a higher low because the closing of this candle and then the move higher. Uh, I think it's a higher low in my opinion, and I do think this zone over here it would move the price in a really aggressive way in the upcoming days. Okay, so don't be actually fooled. I know it's consolidating, it's so choppy, but if it moves, it will move really strong. Okay, that's what I really do see on it. I don't see any reason to trade against it, right? I mean, like you are looking, for example, to sell the USD CAD, right? I wouldn't really recommend this, especially when the dollar index is at such levels. Once he really moved, basically the dollar CAD, he will move against you in a strong way, basically. Okay, same thing for other world currencies and markets as well. Okay, so I guess this is it. From a technical point of view for the DXY, we broke through this trend line as well. Okay, this channel, sorry, and we broke through this trend line. We have basically a good area of support at this level, which is the 102.200, and at the same time, um, like all of this basically is a demand. Okay, this is a demand for me, and I do see the price to push higher, then to retest, and then to break through. Maybe with the news, maybe I don't know how they will do it. I don't trade the DXY. I don't like the DXY, but I do see it due to the fact I need it. And what I mean by that, it's basically if you want to trade anything else, you have to look at the dollar index. Okay, like as I said, other markets in relation with the dollar, gold, commodities in general, maybe currencies, I don't know, but you have to look at it, okay? And if today's data, because we will have some fundamentals, which is the core PPI and the PPI as well, the monthly. So if they are hotter than expected, well, um, he would fly really, really high, okay? This is it for this video. I hope it was useful for you. In case you have any question, please write me in the comment section down below, and for sure I would be glad to answer you. Thank you so much for watching this video until the end.